Chi-Town experience on the flight. Let me go tune in to Keek on the mic. He gon' make sure we get our news and highlights. When you get on YouTube, you better hit the likes.
Huge changes are about to take place for the Chicago Bears. Hey, what's going on, Bears fans? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Keek on the Mic, the podcast all about the Chicago Bears. As always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. So, Bears fans, buckle up because it seems like the Chicago Bears are about to make a huge change on the offensive side of the football. Sadly, Matt Eberflus will still remain the head coach of the Chicago Bears, and I will talk a little bit about that on today's episode of Keek on the Mic. But Matt Eberflus just had his press conference for the Chicago Bears this morning, and he was just talking about how huge changes will be taking place. He wouldn't go in deep detail what the change would actually be. But to me, he is signaling that, Shane Waldron, the offensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears, would either be demoted or fired. I think they're still trying to work through on who would possibly replace him. And we'll also talk about some replacements for Shane Waldron if that's the direction that the Chicago Bears would actually go. He did talk about yesterday's demoralizing loss to the New England Patriots, 19-3. And I first off want to talk about head coach Matt Eberflus. I have no idea. After losing 19-3 in embarrassing fashion once again, where your guys looked unprepared, especially on the offside of the football. Guys, they didn't seem like they actually wanted to be there, right? You lose 19-3 to the 2-7 New England Patriots, where once again, you get out-coached by Gerard Mayo, and no disrespect to Mayo, but this is year 3 for you, Matt Eberflus. This is year 1 for him. He also has a rookie quarterback in Drake May. Obviously, Drake May looked light years better than Caleb Williams in yesterday's win over the Chicago Bears. But you lose 19-3 to the 2-7 New England Patriots, one of the worst teams in the National Football League, and you still have a job Monday morning with the Chicago Bears. At this point, I am starting to dislike Ryan Poles and the McCaskey family and Kevin Warren and the Chicago Bears organization so much. I don't understand why they don't have the courage or the pride to just fire a coach mid-season. The dude talking about Matt Eberflus, it's absolutely terrible. And here's what pissed me off the most about his press conference before we go in a little bit more deep detail about the possibility of them demoting or firing offensive coordinator Shane Waldron. He stepped up to the podium and he says, we're still working through some things, making some big changes, right? I'm not going to disclose this. We are still sitting at 4-5 as a football team, and we haven't played our division yet. So, Matt Eberflus, are you insinuating that sitting at 4-5 and you still have 6 games against your divisional opponents? And once again, we play in the toughest division in the National Football League. Are you insinuating that at sitting at 4-5 that you have a chance to beat anyone in your division? You are delusional, my guy. You're sitting at 4-5. You take on the Green Bay Packers this week and the Minnesota Vikings the following week, both home games at Soldier Field. I would be amazed if Green Bay doesn't drop 45 on our head this Sunday at Soldier Field. I can definitely see the Green Bay Packers beating us by a score like 45-10. There is no way, Matt Eberflus, that you're out coaching Matt LaFleur over there for the Green Bay Packers. He is going to run circles around you. And I hate to say that because I hate the Green Bay Packers more than anything. But you're delusional to think that we're going to beat anyone in our division. We're going to go 0-6 in our division, and we're going to lose to the San Francisco 49ers in Santa Clara. There is no way in hell that I can see the Chicago Bears in this state going to Santa Clara and beat the San Francisco 49ers. And even the Seattle Seahawks are going to come to Chicago and absolutely rattle us. So to me, the Chicago Bears would have gone from 4-2 going into the bye with so many expectations to ending the season 4-13. Once again, the Chicago Bears, talking about the McCaskey family, are going to sit on tradition where they don't fire a coach mid-season, but this is the wrong move. I have no optimism as Matt Eberflus being able to dig us out of this hole. It's that bad, Bears fans. It is that bad. The fact that he still has a job and they're allowing him to possibly choose yet another offensive coordinator is absolutely malpractice. Absolutely malpractice. He is a terrible with a capital T head coach. He is not the right guy for the job. And once again, we could talk about records. We could talk about everything. He is just not fit to be the Chicago Bears head coach. And for some reason, the Chicago Bears don't have enough balls to fire a mediocre head coach midseason. And I do not know why. You just lost once again to the 2-7 New England Patriots in embarrassing fashion. You lost 19-3. 19-3. And this man still has a job. I will never understand it as a Bears fan. I will never understand it. I don't even think making an OC change at this point will be enough to save the Chicago Bears. Because that's the move that seems like it's coming in the next 24 to 48 hours, is that Matt Eberflus is going to get to choose who his next OC is. Rather, for some reason, it's, from the outside, which I don't think that's going to be the case. I think they're going to have to promote within. There's a couple of options, but I don't think they're really great options that will magically make the Chicago Bears offense better. So the move in the next 24 to 48 hours is I think it's going to be Shane Waldron will be fired or demoted as the OC of the Chicago Bears, right? And they think that's going to be enough to give this team a spark when in retrospective that it's still Matt Eberflus as the head coach. He is still the main problem. Ryan Poles, you're allowing Matt Eberflus to choose his third offensive coordinator in 2.5 seasons as the Chicago Bears head coach, and you think that's going to give us a spark? Absolutely malpractice by the Chicago Bears. This is one of the big reasons why the Bears will never be a good franchise. Because of the McCaskey family. Because of the inability to cut your losses when your coach is just not good. The Chicago Bears will always be the bottom feeders of the NFC North until the McCaskies can figure it out, or if the McCaskies officially sell the team or something crazy like that. They're always going to be in their own way. They don't care about the fan base or what we want. It's absolutely malpractice to me. So let's go ahead and talk about some options, because it seems once again that they're going to fire or demote offensive coordinator Shane Waldron, which rightfully so. He has been absolutely terrible. He has been worse than Luke Getsy, and that is saying a lot. So some replacements for the Chicago Bears, and this is going to be in-house on today's episode of Geek on Mike. Some replacements for offensive coordinator Shane Waldron would be offensive passing game coordinator Thomas Brown. He does have play calling experience with the Panthers in 2023, but that's not saying much, because in 2023, when Thomas Brown was OC for the Carolina Panthers, they were 29th in points per game and 32nd in yards per game. They were absolutely putrid under Thomas Brown. He does have play calling experience, so that is a bonus. Maybe just a change of scenery with the weapons that he has here in Chicago compared to the weapons that he had when he's with the Carolina Panthers could make a huge difference. So maybe if he just gets the opportunity to show what he's about, maybe he will be a slight upgrade from Shane Waldron, but we would have to see how it works out. Once again, that's just an option for Matt Eberflus and the Chicago Bears if they fire or demote Shane Waldron. Another guy they can look at is quarterback coach Kerry Joseph. He has no experience at the NFL level being an offensive play caller. So to me, once again, that will be malpractice. So unless you are looking from the outside of this organization, let's say you're not interested in Thomas Brown or Coach Kerry Joseph, I'm not sure what direction they would actually go in if they're looking on the outside, especially midway point through the NFL season. I'm not sure who they would bring in, right? So at this point, it seems like Thomas Brown would probably be the guy that would be promoted to offensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears, which to me is not a huge upgrade. But at this point, when you look at how bad Shane Waldron has been for the Chicago Bears offense, you got to give or take a little bit, and you would just have to give him his opportunity as offensive coordinator. Obviously, Matt Eberflus did make it very clear that Caleb Williams is still the starting quarterback of the Chicago Bears moving forward, and I think rightfully so. He has been terrible in his own right, and it's okay to be critical. Even though he's a rookie quarterback, he has not been good. But at the same time, the coaches, the offensive line, have not been doing Caleb Williams any favors. But Caleb Williams, being the number 1 overall pick, he has to step up as well. Take the easy throws, not take unnecessary sacks, right? Certain things that he needs to do better when playing the quarterback position at a high level in the National Football League. So once again, Matt Eberflus said they're looking at everything. But once again, the expected move is that they're probably going to fire or demote offensive coordinator Shane Waldron. So Bears fans, go ahead and rant down below in the comment section. Let me know how you're feeling as a Chicago Bears fan, because at the moment, once again, we're used to this type of pain, but overall, it just doesn't feel good that we keep going through this same cycle, right? I think Matt Eberflus and Shane Waldron should have been a package deal. I know there's a lot of people feeling some type of way about Ryan Poles as well. At this point, the Chicago Bears are a complete disaster, but over the next couple of hours or days, we will find out what Matt Eberflus and the Bears' direction is in regard to the big move that they're planning to do. But until then, I will keep you guys up to date on all Chicago Bears news. So make sure you guys continue to hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms, and make sure you share this episode of Geek on the Mic with every single Bears that you know. But other than that, be back for all new Bears podcasts right here on Geek on the Mic. Thanks, guys, and as always, bear down.
You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't Geek on the Mic. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't Geek on the Mic. You can go and subscribe, cause I be on it right. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't Geek on the Mic.